What is going on, y'all? Happy Thursday. Today, I got to be real with y'all. I had a dream last night that was surreal and it really got me emotional waking up. I went to the gym a little later today and I really just sat with my emotions, laid in bed for about an hour, did some deep breathing, needed to just exhale out that bullshit. And the reason why I'm titling today, Let Go, on January 25th, is because there's a book called The Body Keeps Score. I don't know the doctor who wrote it, but I read it once a year, and it's giving me a sign that I need to read it pretty soon. So maybe the second book I read after I finish the path, letting go, pathway to surrender, and then breakthrough advertising. So I'm gonna read that book again, and it's funny because all this stuff gets trapped in your body if you don't let it go. You don't release that pain, whatever. And every day I'm coming on and I'm talking about recalibrating your mindset. And what does that mean? It means going back to the foundational principles. And that's one of the things I do within my coaching program is help people by taking small, consistent daily action and rebuilding their foundation to be the best that they can be. And one of the things that used to trigger me is, inactivity, inaction, talking and not backing it up with results. And it's something that gets me into that fight or flight mode to where I'm like, nah, fuck this dude, whatever it is. And the more that we are clustered up within those feelings, like I said yesterday, fuck your feelings. The more that you're clustered up into the negative, you're clustered up into the feelings, you're clustered up into whatever it is, it's not going to allow you to grow. And for me, it was that deep rooted pain. So I'll skim over the dream and that vision that I had last night. And I literally think that dreams, are signs from God when it is, because there's a reason why you're feeling that intense emotion when you wake up and you're crying or whatever. And I literally was almost brought to tears after that, and it was the pain of my heart to where I had a dream where my mom showed up to my house, which that is something that hasn't happened. If it were to happen, I don't even know how I would react. And I snapped in the dream and I was just like, you da 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 da. And I start unleashing, and my wife within the dream was just like, "Hey, let go. It's okay. Everything's gonna be okay. The truth will come. People will be better. They're gonna show their true character, whatever it is." So I woke up and I was emotional, and it was just like, you know what? I know that I'm always saying we need to have higher standards and we need to challenge our people to be better. But at the same time, love is love. And if you love somebody, love is love. So for me, there was things I needed to release, and I did that this morning. Went into the gym, and I really channeled that energy into my workout, into becoming a better me. And I was like, you know what? I don't need to have animosity. It is what it is, and actions are what they are, and people are who they are, and they're going to show you who they are. And I don't need to keep it because results are results, and people are going to show their ass. They're going to show whatever they want to show. So for me, it was letting go of that. And that was something that I got triggered with this week, when I was talking to my dad and just really was thinking about it. Like everything that I embody is what I didn't have. Everything that I aspire to be, the man that I admire, is because I didn't have that. I needed that solid motherfucker. I needed that one that stuck to his foundations. I needed that man that was going to be a better version of himself. My man, Danny Velez, thank you for tuning in, brother. um, I needed that man that was going to be better. And the way that I started that was stop drinking and started to healing and letting go of these vices and letting go of all the things that were holding me back from being the best that I can be, and really focusing on my body and focusing on being that best version of myself and admiring myself, admiring what I have to be, admiring all the things that I needed to be in my life. And my life started to change when I took that action. When I stopped focusing on the bullshit, started focusing on how I'm going to show up within the day and that. And that's the power of really letting go of what's holding us back, is you start to realize the important things. And that was something on the 10-day fast where I was like, man, all the things we think that are important don't fucking matter. Um, we stress this energy, we stress whatever it is, like it doesn't fucking matter, and we can go back to whatever it is. So in this case, it helped me understand, by having this vision, this dream, that I need to let go of some shit. And that's exactly what it is. So I literally journaled it this morning, and I started going through activities like, why do I feel this? How do I let go? You know what? I'm at a different point in my life and I'm going to preach love. I'm going to preach prosperity. If you're not doing the work, if you're not ready for that, okay, we can align, we can talk later on. But at this point in time, like I can't have any of that shit around me, and if you're not going to be about your shit, you're not going to be about your word. That's it. And that's what it is that triggers me so much is there's so many people who say things. There's so many people, especially family, that want you to validate, they want you to justify it, whatever it is. It's like results are results, and you're going to prove that. And for me, it's the inability of some people to grow, inability for some people just to accept it and move on. I get triggered off that shit because it's like, how the fuck are you going to just sit in that same position? And I've seen exactly what it does to where you don't have that growth. You don't grow. You don't focus on being a better version of yourself. You just live within the moment, as they say, which I truly don't believe. I believe that people just say certain things because if you're living within the moment, you're going to be better. You're going to do better. You're going to focus on every single thing you do and you're going to align to that energy. You're going to focus on the meals, focus on that work, whatever it is. And I'm telling you because that's something I'm doing right now is I'm sticking to the program. I'm sticking to the foundation. I'm sticking to what I need to. And when it is the food, it's like I got to eat this for a reason because it's proper, adequate nutrition for my body. I'm pushing myself literally to the point of exhaustion. I've been doing 10 sets of 10, which is 100 reps at one exercise, which a lot of people are like, don't do that. But for me, it works. I know my body and I feel better when I do those things, when I challenge myself to go above and beyond. When I'm at the end of that workout, I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm gassed. When I, not able to make it a day and I do my back and chest day at the same time, and I'm feeling it within my body during that time, and I just want to tap out. That's where my power comes from, is that low point, the deepest part of my mind. So for me, you got to let go of all those limiting beliefs. You got to let go of the shit that doesn't serve you. Because again, if we trap that within our body, it's always going to be there. And I'm accustomed to that too. I let everything just compile up, compile up, compile up, and then I fucking let go. And it's like, why do I have to unleash? Why can't I just be a better version of myself and say, hey, it is what it is. I understand. Take those lessons, use them, apply them to life, and show it better. And that's something I had to channel this morning was letting go of some of the things, that anger, that frustration, that guilt of not being enough, of not being who I needed to be. And now that I am that person, it's amazing because I don't have to worry about those things. I don't have to worry about how I'm showing up because I know I'm showing up. I know that I'm doing the shit that I need to survive. I know that I'm being a better version of myself because I'm cognizant of everything that I'm doing. And at least, kind of like last night, I got a little upset with my wife and we were arguing a little bit for no fucking reason, just because I was irritated. I was in the zone and I really wasn't trying to be upset. And she was like, could you say sorry? Like, absolutely. I'm sorry. We talked it out. That's what we have to do sometimes. Sometimes we have to let our ego push it to a side and say, hey, it's okay. We fucked up and move on. Let go of the pain, shame, guilt, vibrate off a different frequency, and be a fucking better version of ourselves. And I know you hear me all the time being hyped up, amped, or whatever. And I still have that energy today. But I needed to come on here and I needed to say let go and I needed to channel that for the mindset component of today because that's what we struggle with sometimes. Sometimes it's we're all up in our head. We're all up in business, business, handle, on to the next thing, on to the next thing, on to the next thing that we don't channel that. And that is that feminine energy that is about speed. And for me, I needed to just sit there today, calm down, and be like, bro, why do I feel this way? Well, it's because of all these things. But at the same time, how can I be better if I'm still complaining about the same things? How could I be better if I'm still holding this emotion or feeling that way? You know what? It is what it is. Things that happen, and it made me who I am today. And now I'm moving on. I don't accept mediocrity. I don't accept inaction. I don't accept words that do not reflect. Okay, so make that part of your foundation, make that part of your routine, make that part of the boundaries that restrict the negativity away from you because for a reason you're trying to be better, you're trying to do things, you're trying to do whatever it is that's going to make you better. And in my case, it is a whole thing that flows in life. When you start being cognizant of everything around you, that's where things start being more congruent. That's where you start aligning. That's where I'm interviewing people for the podcast. And we're literally talking about the same shit that I'm reading, I'm working on every single day. And it's funny because it's like, are you reading my fucking mind? No, you're just putting this positive energy out. These vibrations are flowing, and other people who are at that vibrational frequency are attracted to you. And now it's that. Now I'm literally just commenting on people's Instagrams and I'm getting new guests for the podcast. And it's easy for me to come on every day because I'm aligned to the purpose that I'm supposed to be fucking doing. So if you're struggling right now, you need some tips, I have 5 easy steps to recalibrate your mindset. You can download on my PDF, go to my Instagram, download it there, or you can DM me mindset and I can send that to you. But one of the things I talk about, is letting go and aligning yourself to that man. And for me, that man understands that all that pain, frustration, guilt, anger, not feeling like he was inadequate, not enough, was for a reason. And that's why I help other men, because I understand what it means to be on your knees begging God that you're going to lose your family. You're not going to see your kids. I didn't see my kids for 3 weeks. You understand the pain that makes you change. And that's why I say, all the time, if that pain hurts bad enough, you'll change, because it really does do that to you. Think about it. The people who get sober and it's the 10th, fucking 20th, 30th time, it's because the pain hurts so bad. I've been there. I've done that. Been consumed by the vices, whether it was sex, drugs, alcohol, checking out of life. It could be any of that. And that's where you have to get crystal clear with yourself on what you need to do, how you need to show up, and how you can be the best that you can be within that moment. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in. It's been an immense pleasure and honor. And that is my goal, is to help that man who's on his knees begging God for shit to change, because I've been there, I've done that, and it's fucking difficult to continue to level up when you know that there's issues that arise.